What's going on, Virgo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for April 20th through May 5th, 2023. So in this reading, Virgo, we're really focused on the powerful eclipse season that we now find ourselves right in the middle of. We just had a powerful solar eclipse on the 19th or 20th of April, depending on where you are in the world, and we're going to have a very powerful lunar eclipse on May 5th. 2023. So as you're watching this, Virgo, we're going to be like in the middle of these two powerful eclipses. And so the format of this reading will be a little bit different than what you're used to for the returning viewers. And because Mercury just went retrograde a few days ago, let me explain exactly what I mean by the format of this reading so that you can better follow along and make sense of it for yourself, Virgo. So in this reading, we're going to talk about the past, present, and future as it pertains to this eclipse period. So when I talk about the past in this reading, I'm referring to the period up until the 20th of April. So what happened before the 20th of April, the solar eclipse? When I refer to the present current energy, we're talking about the period in between the eclipses. So what's going to happen from the 20th of April to the 5th of May. And then when we talk about the immediate future, we're really talking about what's going to happen after the 5th of May, after the lunar eclipse on the 5th of May. So past, present, future in that way. It's just some general guidelines. Don't get too attached to them when you get an intuitive hit that guides you somewhere else, but just use it as a base. So if this reading resonates with you, Virgo, definitely smash that like button. For the new people, definitely smash that subscribe button. If you enjoy these readings, that would really help me out a lot. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pull the energy, Virgo, and see what we have that wants to come through for you for this eclipse reading. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Virgo. See what we got, Virgo. Curb your enthusiasm. All right, Virgo, very interesting energy that you have going on here for you. Let's start this reading off with your opportunity for this eclipse season. It's pretty fitting that the moon is on this card, but your opportunity, Virgo, for this eclipse season overall is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups has to do with moving on from something that just doesn't feel perfect for you. It just doesn't feel good. It could leave you feeling a little empty. It's not ruined, though. So your opportunity is to leave behind something that you're emotionally attached to that you don't necessarily have to. It's not like the universe is pushing you out per se. For some of you, this is going to have to do with a living situation, a relationship, a career, whatever it is for you. There's something here, Virgo, about an opportunity for you to take your stuff and go searching for what's really going to fulfill you, because there's something that you're settling for right now, Virgo. Whether this is whatever it is, a person, a place, or a thing, there's something that you have it and you're like, it's all right, but I know that there's so much more out there for me, and your opportunity is to finally take that plunge into the unknown. And it's interesting, we have sequential order here. What comes after the Eight of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is your challenge. So the Nine of Cups is actually making that wish fulfillment happen. It's actually finally manifesting everything that you feel will make you feel emotionally satisfied. And the Nine of Cups in your challenge is also, it is the card of synchronicity and having all your ducks in a row in like a way that just kind of surprises you or other people. So your challenge with the Nine of Cups here is that the way you think, what you want, how you're envisioning your success. And for a lot of you, this has to do with emotional success. So linking up to a reality that makes you feel emotionally good, whether this is people, places, or things. For a lot of you, the way you think you're going to manifest this emotional success isn't the exact way that you will. That sounds confusing, but we're going to have to clarify in a moment when we do your challenge. When it comes to your recent past, so the period before the eclipse on the 20th of April, your past here is looking pretty solid. I mean, you have the High Priestess, the Star, and also the Justice card here. 3 major arcana cards, so there's something going on with your soul, your greater being, not just the part of you that can decode reality through the 5 senses, but the part of you that's like linked to your higher self and the whole universe. Understanding at a deeper level you are the universe. There's something here in the recent past that definitely was very healing for you, and some sort of mystery revealed. That's really what I can get. So I'm even getting, for some of you on the eclipse, so for some of you on April 20th, there was some sort of mystery that was revealed to you that made you feel very happy and made you feel like it gives you confidence to move forward in some sort of way. So whatever happens spiritually to you, there's a renewal. The Star is about feeling energized, and it's coming from the High Priestess and the Justice. So there could be some sort of blend of the mystical with the practical. So some of you might have figured out like a new niche, like I'm gonna do it this way in my career or something like that. I just get like whatever happened to you up until the 20th is very good for your soul and like understanding deeper things. And so the reason why the Nine of Cups is here in your challenge for a lot of you is because there was a recent mystery revealed to you about your life's purpose or about or something about your soul's deep stuff on the 20th revealed. And then because of that revelation, now you think that you know exactly how it's going to go out, but there's deeper mysteries is what I'm being shown in terms of how this mystery will actually be played out. Does that make any sense? I hope so. When it comes to your immediate current present energy here, Virgo, the present moment, so in between the eclipses, the 20th to the 5th, we have the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and also the Seven of Cups. So for a lot of you here, there's definitely some sort of hot choice in love that you have going on here. A lot of you, there's going to be a very strong desire for union with the same or opposite sex, depending on who you are. And it's almost like going to be like, I want it now, So from the 20th of April to the 5th of May, I'm just going to be honest, many of you may slip into things like just being like really horny all the time, or like lust, or some of you now, for those of you that's not the case fully, because I feel like it is for some of you to a certain degree. Others of you, there's really, and this is what where the Eight of Cups comes in. There's someone that you're very attracted to for whatever reason that you're having a hard time letting go of. It's not going to be for all of you, but the Seven of Cups to the Devil to the Queen of Wands, it's like there's someone here who like is in your life, you get along with them, but you're like, are they a devil or they are an angel? Like, am I seeing this person clearly or am I the devil? For a lot of you, from the 20th of April to the 5th of May, Virgo, there's a lot of like questioning about like, like, is this, like, why am I attracted to this person? For others of you, it's going to be like, why isn't this working out? But the Devil to the Queen of Wands, Virgo, that's spicy. That's hot. Could also be toxic. So we're going to... Also, for some of you, there's just an apathy of options is what I'm getting. Like, you have so much potential, but if you don't make a choice, like, you're just going to waste it is what I'm getting for some of you. Yeah, interesting. And then when it comes to the immediate future, so May 5th onwards, after the lunar eclipse at 14 degrees of Scorpio, after that, on the May 5th, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and also the Five of Swords here. So very interesting energy. There is something about self-reflection. Self-reflection on, for some of you, this is going to be you realizing like, oh, I was dealing with a narcissist like for a long time. And once again, the Seven of Cups to the Devil in your present energy is like someone could be faking you out. Someone could be spinning it on you. Like you're, whether this is a parent who thinks, they know better how you should live your life and they're calling you a narcissist, or like this is someone around you at work, or this is for a lot of you a lover, a close friend, whoever it is. Like I feel like you're going to be actually holding space for polarity, or like doing something called like deep thinking. No more black and white thinking. So this is, when it comes to May 5th onward, I really like the energy here because there's something about you taking accountability for the mistakes that you've made in your life, just in general, like up until the 5th of May. But then you're also able to delineate like the mistakes that others have made. Because most people, it's all or nothing. It's like they messed up or I messed up or blah, blah, blah. For you, because you have, you're ruled by Mercury, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, that dexterity, that mental dexterity, like you're going to sit there saying like, all right, like I did mess this up to a certain degree, but so did them. And there's like an equal ability to discern something. Okay, whatever that's about, we're going to have to see. This also could just be the 5th of May onward. For a lot of you, you're not going to be able to BS yourself anymore when it comes to like self-destructive behavior. Like the things that you used to be able to get away with are no longer going to work for you when it comes to the 5th of May on. And I'm not getting that. I'm getting that as like a very natural process as well. Like, so let's say you want to get in better shape, and then like you're really committed and then you quit. You're really committed and you quit. Like you're just going to be committed. Like there's not going to be able to be that ability to fall back. So this is what I got for you so far, Virgo. Let's go ahead and make some sense of this reading now and really get into it by clarifying. So the first card that I'd like to clarify here, Virgo, for you, interestingly enough, we have one card, Queen of Wands again. Some of you, all right, let's see why the Eight of Cups is here in your opportunity. What is it that there's an opportunity to leave behind, Virgo? Let's go ahead and see. All right, well, so definitely leaving behind something that gives you current stability. You have the Four of Pentacles. So some of you, this is going to be a job that you don't love it, but you don't hate it. A relationship, you don't, remember, the Eight of Cups, it's the same thing I got. Like you don't hate it, but you don't love it type of thing. Or it's let's just say two more. Why is the Eight of Cups here in your opportunity? Yeah. So for a lot of you, this is you moving on from your own self. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and also the Death card. There is something about you becoming much more of a social creature, if that makes any sense here, Virgo, because the Hermit is your own energy in a certain sense. That's what it's coming through as. And so for a lot of you, there's an opportunity to let go of a situation that you were basically like somehow hiding away in. Like your life was on hold, or you're like, as long as I have this relationship or this job, like it's just, things can go as usual. There's an opportunity for a hard pass on that. Like the Death card, remember the Eight of Cups is your opportunity, clarified by the Death card. That's like actually finally taking action on that Eight of Cups like feeling. Death is like, there's an opportunity to actually transform it, especially with the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this has to do with your career. Once again, on the 20th, there was a mystery that was revealed to you. Oh, I thought this was my life purpose for the longest time. The 20th of April came, the solar eclipse in Aries at 29 degrees, and you realize, oh no, this is my life purpose now. And so there's a hard shift in that. So just be aware of that. For some reason, I'm not feeling called to clarify your challenge with the Nine of Cups. So let's go ahead and go into your past. Let's see why the High Priestess is here in your past, because that will tell me a little bit about this mystery that was like revealed to you, or some sort of crazy download that you got on the 20th. Let's see, why is the High Priestess here? The High Priestess is clarified by the Lovers, the Five of Cups, and also the Knight of Cups. Well, some of you, there could be a mystery about like a cycle with one of your past lovers, or for some of you, this is going to have to do with someone that you're moving on from in the present moment. But the High Priestess, this is definitely a mystery about love and your own emotional like neediness, perhaps. There was something revealed to you in the past about why it went a certain way with you in love. Or for some of you, there was knowledge on the 20th that like this love situation is now over, or this soul contract is now changing definition, or something like that. So a mystery around love was revealed to you. There could have been something about you realizing that it had to be that way, like that person had to break your heart, or that person prepared you now for this new opportunity, or something like that, Virgo. Now for some of you, there could be you holding on to something that was meant to be already gone. So in the present moment, you have the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. I don't know, interesting. Let's go ahead and see why the Devil's here in the present moment. So from the 20th to the 5th, why is the Devil showing up? The Devil is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and also the Queen of Wands. It's really interesting because the Queen of Wands is already here in the present moment, and now it's here twice. So the Devil is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands here. All right, so for a lot of you, there's going to be like a jolt of inspiration when it comes to your career, and the Devil has to do with pain, limitation. So a lot of you, your pain is going to be is linked up to your career or your anger or your own trauma, where, remember, Virgo, the very wounds that the universe has given you are usually the very wounds that you're meant to help other people heal from. Okay, let me repeat that. The wounds that the universe has given you are the wounds that you're meant to help other people heal from. So there's something about that. There's also something about you wouldn't have been given this challenge if you weren't up for it. So whatever's going on, I do feel like this is to do with, it could be you just really asserting yourself when it comes to your career more than you ever thought. It could have to do with, remember, on the 20th, you got some sort of mystery revealed. It could have been a subtle tweak, like, I'm going to do it this way now, and then you start to make all this progress. For others of you, though, it could be that for others of you, I'm getting this really strongly, if that part didn't resonate, or even if it does, it could be a joint. For a lot of you, you are limiting yourself once again to how you're going to make money, and this relates to the nine. All comes full circle. This is why the Nine of Cups is in your challenge. There's something about you have a plan for how your vision is going to be manifested in the physical world. Whether it's I want to manifest this lover, or I want to increase my income, or whatever it is, Virgo. There's something coming through about there's something coming through about you're attached to one way when it's going to come the other way. So let me give you a clear example. For the longest, I always knew I wanted to be a YouTuber, spiritual YouTuber. At first, the Devil clarified by the Eight of Pentacles is I was working my butt off, but it was to the point of self-abuse, and it wasn't working. And then I had to realize that I had to pivot, and then naturally tarot came into my life. I started doing that. I realized, that was the venue for me to be successful on YouTube. And so there's something about, for some of you, being too attached to a paycheck is going to limit your lovers, because you're not going to be able to go on an adventure because you're too, for example, it's just there's an energy here of no, I can't go date that person because I'm stuck in Arkansas and I work here and this is where I do. But then that's and so for some of you that are in that situation, in the future, May 5th onward, the reason why the Judgment, the Five of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles is here is because you're realizing that, you make a judgment about how being overly practical is going to be your biggest downfall, right? The Knight of Pentacles is about conservative, slow-moving energy. The Five of Swords is about destruction, potentially like self-imposed limitations, self-destruction, self-abuse, self-sabotage. And then you have the Judgment card, realizing it. So for a lot of you, it's just about like how you're building all this energy, but then you're remaining stuck. And I would really caution you about this, Virgo, because what's coming through for you watching this, no matter who you are watching this, there's something very strongly coming through about you have this vision in your head. It could be a specific vision. I'm going to manifest this amount of money, or I'm going to be at this place in my career, or I'm going to be with this type of person. There's something universally about be careful what you wish for. Because if you really cook something in your aura, if you're really focused on this is the exact thing I'm going to manifest, but then you don't have the cojones to make the necessary changes, it can really come to you in a messed up way. And you need to be careful about this. So, for example, let's just say, like, I've done this. I'm not going to go into details because of legal stuff, but let's just say someone's sitting there. They're an innocent law of attraction student. And I know many of you are very advanced, but like, let's say, okay, you just learned about the law of attraction and you're like, I'm going to manifest $500,000, right? I'm going to manifest $500,000. So you work in Idaho. You do the same thing every day, but in your head, you're like just this happy person, like, I'm going to manifest $500,000. You do all the necessary spiritual practices in order to bring that to you vibrationally, but then you just remain the same physically, and you don't like actually do something that can put yourself in a position to consciously get it. Then something could happen where you visualize $500,000 for so long that it's the universal law. It has to come into your reality. If you visualize something long enough, if you cook yourself in the emotions of what it would feel like to have the thing, it will come to you. It has to. That's a universal law. But if you don't set yourself up to like be conscious of the how it's going to come to you, it can be like, oh, your grandfather just died, but he had $500,000 for you. Or it could be like, this person needs you to hold $500,000 so that people don't steal it. Or like, it will come to you, but in a weird way. And on a lesser degree, most likely, that's what's happening here. What's happening here, Virgo? Listen to me. I really hope you're listening to me, because this applies to actually every single one of you that are still here. You are creating a very powerful spiritual momentum. You are creating a world within a world, energetically, spiritually. I'm going to be this speaker. I'm going to have this type of lover. But then you're still sitting on the couch, or you are taking action, but you're still living in the same town, or you're not getting out of your comfort zone. You're going to manifest what is in your vision, but it's going to come to you in like a demented way. Because by law, it has to come to you, but if you don't become conscious about like, okay, well, how is this actually going to work in a conscious way? It's going to mess you up. And then some of you are going to, and by the 5th of May, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Judgment, man. So, I don't care who you are. Right now, you have the Devil, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. There's something, Virgo, about you need to really be careful about how you're using your spiritual energy, because more of the problem as well I'm picking up on is some of you are more powerful than you think you are. There is something here about you don't know the power of the universe yet. Like, it's a game to you right now because you haven't felt it yet. And so it's almost like if you've never really set a goal and manifested it, some of you are like innocently doing it, but you're not realizing like how it's going to influence the universe, or how. So define your goals in a way that will be more like practically attainable instead of just random, because then it's going to create like this weird loop, this weird thing in the universe. So that's what I got for you here, Virgo. I hope that this resonated with you. And with that being said, I'll talk to you next time. I hope you have a great eclipse season. This is the Autistic Mystic. I think there's a lot to look forward to here, but there's a lot of weirdness going on with you, Virgo. So with that being said, I'll let you sit with that, and I'll talk to you next time.